is doing that's so right at the moment?
The team is not on great form. The team has a lot of things to improve. A lot of things to improve. I think since the beginning of the season, it's been hard for every team, and we've been able to reproduce good performance. But to say that the team is on great form is not correct. It's not correct. It's not correct.
That's the message you're giving the players, is it? Then you expect better.
No, this is the reality. This is the reality. All the teams have. It was a very quick turnaround, and you can see that football has changed. Dynamics of the game have changed a lot. You see, even in Champions League, crazy results, crazy results. So we cannot risk and even to think that you're already there because you're not. You're not. You're not.
Defensively, the team has improved dramatically, hasn't it, in the last few games? One goal conceded in the last four. Would
Yeah.
you accept that? And what would you put that down to?
Um, the West Ham game clearly showed us that which which was our main focus on after that, and you can see the improvement on our organization, more compact, more solid, not allowing too many chances, things that is part of us. That, but the West Ham game was a big moment for us in that terms of, of what we need to quickly improve. You cannot be in a game if you are not strong enough on defense. You cannot even think about competing well. So the starting point was obviously.
Did you have strict words with the players after that game then, or is that when you all sat down as a group and had pretty heart to heart talks about what had gone wrong and tried to sort it out?
No, we go to the pitch. Words don't solve things. Words show you the way, but working is what solve the. And we knew that the problems and the solutions were inside of us. So knowing that, let's work, and we still have to work. You cannot honestly, Rob, and it's not even in our minds thinking that we are already in okay. We are not. We are not. A lot of things that we must improve on.
Pedro Neto got his first senior call up to the Portugal squad this week. A new long-term contract with you at Wolves as well. That's been quite a week for him.
Yeah, it's important. It's important. I'm really pleased that he was his first time on the national team of Portugal, but he has already a past on national teams. He's been involved in under 20, under 18, under 21. So will be something not so new for him. But not only we have again we are happy to say that we have a lot of players involved in national teams. So the international break will be 4 players here in Compton. So we are delighted for them. What we wish is that things go well. Things go well, so they can return healthy and be able to go again. But now I'm really pleased for all the international players.
I want to ask you about Max Kilman as well. It's been a really impressive few weeks for him. Very impressive on the pitch, and 3 clean sheets in 4. Again, he's signed a new contract as well, a new 5-year contract. How good is he now? How much better do you expect him to become?
I think he's doing well. He's doing well. But Max is already our 3rd season that we are working together, and everybody knows the past of Max. Always his development as a player, and now he's doing well. But the hard part in football, individual, as a player, as a team, as a group, as a squad, as a club, is to establish yourself, is to sustain your performance over and over again. So this is a challenge for a player that when he gets his chance, he does well. So he has our support to sustain. But we are pleased with Max, of course.
I wonder if you're pleased with Ryan Ayet-Nouri as well. I mean, made his debut against Palace and scored a pretty special goal as well. He's only 19, so I guess we shouldn't get too carried away about it. And Fernando Marcal, I think, is back in training with you now. How do you see the competition between the two? How do you develop Ryan?
He had his chance. He did well. I think the goal was the only thing that really people focus on. But this is not what we look at. He has a lot of things to more than improvement in it. He has to have the knowledge and the main idea of the shape of the team, the complicity, and then the communication. Needs to speed up his English. It's a big help on that aspect. But not only Marçal, we use Saiz there. Roman did amazing for us in the moment that the team didn't have solution. He stepped in and do a position that he never done before. He did so well. And now we have more options. We have one training session more, and it's good to have. It's good to have options and being able to decide well.
Can I ask you as well about Diogo Jota? I know he's not your player anymore, but you know him so well, and he's had a real impact, especially in the last couple of weeks at Liverpool. Now that he's settled in a little bit, what have you made of how he's playing? And I guess it comes as no surprise to you. You know him, and his capabilities so well.
We are very happy for Diogo because he's enjoying his football. He's enjoying his momentum. He's doing amazing for Liverpool, and I think Klopp is really really happy with him. So for us, we worked together for 4 seasons, and when a player goes and succeeds and enjoys, only makes us happy. In the case of Diogo, is not a surprise because Diogo loves the game. Diogo loves to work. Diogo is a player that's committed every day, and he loves the game. He knows football. He lives for football. He plays, watches all the games. So I'm really happy for Diogo. Really happy for Diogo, and I hope he continues and enjoys his game by game. It's a joy to see him smile.
Good man, thanks Nuno. Last one from me. I just wanted to ask you about the game itself. I was going to say 2 form teams, but you're saying that Wolves aren't in as great form as you would like. But 2 sides that play attractive, good attacking football. It's one that the fans will be looking forward to, even if they can't be in the stadium. Won't it? It could be an attractive match.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Leicester is a fantastic team, and you can see previous game, even yesterday against Braga, how well they played. Brendan Rodgers, amazing manager, and they are really doing well, really doing well. And we expect a very tough match on Sunday, very very tough match. But we want to play, we want to compete. We played the last game last Friday. It's been so long ago that we are delighted to go back and compete.
Thanks for your time. Good luck.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Hi, Nuno.
Hello.
You were talking about Leicester to Rob then playing Braga last night. When you look at them playing in the Europa League and you look back to your season last year, you perhaps had one of the longest seasons on record, obviously due to the virus in part. But are you half pleased that you weren't playing in Europe and that they were?
No, it's not about that. It's knowing that we had a cycle last season that we were involved in Europa League. This season we didn't achieve that by goal difference. So reality is another thing. And what to more than is observing and watching how the work is being done. When we are involved in so many competitions, I think we faced last season a calendar, a schedule like this during a week, 3 games, only 2 days before the games. It's really hard, but you can see how well they are doing. And yesterday against Leeds, you can see a team that competes really, really well with a lot of talent players.
They've scored 10 goals in the last 3 games. How defensively harder and tougher is it for you against a team like Leicester? Have you had to really concentrate on the training ground defensively?
Honestly, there's no team in the Premier League that you can be carelessly about defense. No team allows you that. And for us, it's always the first step. How well defense we are organized and solid. And it didn't change our approach. I think the players know each other so well, and they recognize immediately the qualities, the characteristics individual of the players. But Leicester has an offensive dynamic that you have to be switched on 100%.
Rob also mentioned Nuri at 19 years of age, scoring last week, a fantastic goal. How much did you sit back after the game and think, yeah, we need to keep this guy?
We do always the same. The game finishes and we look at the game and we prepare, start thinking about the next one. The decisions are made, but we still have a training session tomorrow. So this is a training session that we're going to prepare. And then we're going to say to the players who's starting, but no matter if you start or not, you are inside of the game. You're always an option. And so we decide, but all the players will be switched on for the game.
How does Saiss enjoy his role as translator?
Sorry?
How does Saiss enjoy his role as translator?
It's a big help. It's a big help. It's huge. Not only Roman, but all the players that speak French, myself. It's helping him because inside of the pitch he needs to communicate with all the teammates, and he has to recognize the key words in terms of dynamic of the team. When you defend, when you attack, there are keywords that he needs to quickly understand and reproduce.
Just finally from me, you said to Rob that the West Ham game was a huge learning curve and that everything changed from there. You always seem very cool. Did you at any point lose it in the dressing room? Did the players see angry Nuno?
Not because of that. When it's about even in a training session, you can lose it. What you say is lose it because you only want one thing. You want to help your players, and the best way to help your players is be really focus on the game. And not everything changed from that, but that game made us realize that circumstances that we had, how difficult it is when you are not 100% on your action. So this is what I do. It's not about getting angry and shouting and kicking things. No, it's looking at the game, looking at a training session, looking at the player. What can I do inside my job to help you be better?
Cheers, Nuno. Good luck Sunday.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Nuno, good to see you. A lot of people say it's very difficult for teams from leagues below to compete in the Premier League, and yet you think you don't have to go too far back in the history books for both Wolves and Leicester to have been in League One. Obviously, you were a big part of Wolves getting back into the Premier League and then succeeding there, as Leicester have done. What do you think it is about your clubs that have achieved what so many other clubs have struggled to do?
I don't know. I cannot ask and compare because I don't know the reality of all the clubs that achieve promotion. But I look at Leicester with the real admiration, not only because what they achieve before as Premier League champions, but probably one of the hardest moments that they had with the loss of their owner and how they united themselves as a club. Was amazing, and be able to overcome such a sad moment and be strong again and compete like they are doing. It's a big compliment for them. So I have huge admiration for Leicester as a club. In our terms, I think when you have harmony, when you have patience, when you have confidence, manager, club, players, everything is easier. And to have that, you have to respect who's around you and live with no conflict, live with respect and a lot of dialogue.
Thank you. Good luck. Thank you, Nuno.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Nuno. Just a couple of questions from me this afternoon. The first of all is about substitutes. David Moyes thinks that he's changed his mind that the Premier League should have 5 substitutes due to a lack of a pre-season, the short break between the 2 seasons. Do you think that football should have 5 substitutes rather than 3?
No. I think football should have 3 substitutes. The only thing that made the rule change was because of the pandemic. So after that, I don't see why. We must have 5 substitutes. I don't agree. I prefer 3, and I made my opinion clear on that.
Why don't you like 5?
Sorry?
Why don't you like having 5?
Because 5 happened before because of the pandemic and the lack of preparations of the players, and being 3 months in lockdown, not getting the fitness required. After the player is able to achieve a fitness level that he can endure for 90 minutes of the game, 3 substitutes is what makes sense inside. If others think differently, I respect that, but then don't ask for 5 substitutes. Make your decisions before and re-rotate the players before, so you don't have to play them. Then you rest
for that. One other question, because maybe we've had a shorter pre-season, there've been a lot of different and surprising results. We miss the fans. Everybody misses the fans. But actually, is it quite an interesting league that we can look forward to this season?
Yeah, unpredictable in many aspects of the game because everything is so different. But the absence of the fans is the worst thing that we are living now. It's no fun at all to don't have the atmosphere of the stadiums.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nuno, if I can just quickly add one, it was interesting to hear you saying at the start there that the results are good, but the performances are not what you want at the moment. Do you find now that the players, especially those you've worked with quite a long time, they tend to come to the same conclusions as you? Are you generally all of one mind?
Yeah, I think they have built themselves a critic spirit that sometimes just by seeing themselves inside of the game, they can realize what they have to improve. It has to do with I think it's 4 years already working together, so I think it's so obvious. And when I say that we are not okay, because I think that we should improve. We should improve. Even from the last game, we had a difficult game, and we were. The VAR situation saved us, if you want to say so. So we have to realize that it was not a perfect game. So it's not a perfect moment. Will never be. Football is made of up and downs. So we have to be ready. We have to be ready. It would be absurd for me coming to say here that we are perfect and okay, because we're not.
I see. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, broadcasters. Please stop recording or leave the Zoom now. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thanks. This section is for